Hey guys, Sebbediah here.
A literal sentient pile of...
Once again, I have received some good tips and tricks from you guys, so, much like in the previous video, let's have a look through them. Eric says, the S in Louisville is silent. Okay, no, hold on. Cut the music. Come here, closer, come here. Are you fucking stupid? Why would it be silent? Why is it there then if you don't pronounce it? Why does it exist there? Let me guess, you're one of those people that says salmon instead of salmon, aren't you? Aren't you, you little lower life form? Oh, this ticks me off. This irks me. It's like fucking Leicester. People call it Leicester. Like, bro, you are missing an entire sentence from that word. Like, what mother raised you? Hold on. Mommy Google has my back. Watch this.
Leicester.
Oh, for fuck. I'm not wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. I am not stepping down. I will fucking die on this hill. Eric, I will scrap you outside of Little for this. I will fucking wipe your ass. You fucking watch me.
Later.
Okay. I think I'm good. Let's continue. Megan said, oh, for fuck. DXRK says, if you have a spear attached with something like a knife, once it's broken, just unattach it because that's your knife broken, not your spear. As someone who has no experience with a spear in Project Zomboid, only in real life if you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna trust you on this. Because if this is true, then it can effectively turn useless kitchen knives into a viable, powerful weapon. I will 100% use this in one of my playthroughs at some point. Thank you, DXRK. Lastly, Todd says, when making a roast, add spaghetti bolognese. That adds 23 hunger reduction to the meal. It's one of the best things you can add to a roast in my opinion. If you remember at the end of the last episode I was making a roast and I had spaghetti bolognese, but I didn't know I could use it in the roast, so my roast consisted of just sweet corn and peas. Talk about depression food, huh? Thank you, Todd, for teaching us how to spice up our roasts with canned items. I will undoubtedly use this trick very often. Before we move on to the main video, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching this series. I am so happy that you are all enjoying my videos and finding them helpful. And if you're new here, welcome! Make sure to like if you enjoy and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I also have a donation page now. So if you want to show me some support by throwing me some spare change, I would absolutely love you for it. Thank you to Funny Bananas and Swope25 for the most recent donations. Love you both. Now then, time for day 3.
I thought you were bae. Turns out you're just fam. Bruh.
Here we go. Time for day 3. And of course we're going to be starting with watching the morning cooking show. As always, gotta get that free experience, baby, whenever you can. Oh wow, look at that experience going up. Don't you just love seeing the bar fill up like that on its own? And boom, level 3. Beautiful. Now then, in the last episode we left off in quite a good place. We got food, we're not starving, we are pretty much completely safe, we got a really good weapon, multiple actually, but most importantly, we have a vehicle. Now this is good. This means that the entire map is pretty much open to us now. So at this point you can pretty much go wherever you please. Which is why now that I've got everything set up on wheels, I begin looking for a base. You can start traveling wherever you want to go, seeing what you want to see, and then once you're ultimately ready to set up a base, you can go for it. Now this is the magic with Project Zomboid. You can set up a base pretty much anywhere you want. There are better places than others. There's good places, there's bad places, there's places which are better than others, but ultimately you are free to set up a base wherever you wish. There are people who have set their base in the middle of the forest and they have built their entire base from the ground up. So when I say that the possibilities are abundant, they truly are abundant. Once you put your mind to something in this game, there is honestly nothing stopping you from doing it. Now, because I do want to get through the process of base building within this day, within this episode, I do have a base in mind already and it isn't actually far from here. It might require a little bit of clearing and I didn't want to use the fire station as my base because I thought that would be a bit too easy. Plus, I'm not really a fan of massive open areas like that as my base. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go over here. Never mind, wrong place. I took a turn that was one turn too early. So I gotta go over here, turn to the left, and we are no doubt going to encounter quite a few zombies here. But the base I want to set up is within this little gated community. Now, let's just take care of these lot over here while we have the chance before we get swarmed because of the sound of the car. And I can see a lot of zombies moving around already, so this will be interesting. Right, let's take them down as they come along, one at a time. We can loot the bodies later. We don't want to get distracted right now, so it's better to be safe than getting caught off guard later and pretty much regretting it. So I see there is a few more here. Let me just turn off the car because we're wasting fuel. Okay, let's kill these surrounding zombies. So usually when choosing a base, like I said before, you can set up a base anywhere. However, if you want to make it extra easy for yourself, you want to choose a base which is, like I have done over here, surrounded by big fences which cannot be broken down by zombies. If you want safety, that is the #1 base to look for. The best thing for these is gated communities or the best places to look for is obviously gated communities, much like I have done over here. But then there's also storage units. A lot of storage units have massive fences around them. If you want to be extra and you're playing multiplayer and you want a massive base, you could also even go ahead and take over the prison or even the military base and turn that into a massive base for you and your friends. That is also very much possible. There's a lot of aspects that goes into finding your ultimately good base. I think #1 would definitely be, when choosing a base, make sure that you always have more than one exit, which in most cases you will, so that's not really too much to be stressing about. However, you don't want to get caught off guard by a horde of zombies because of, let's say, the helicopter event, and then you get stuck at one place and you get devoured because you didn't have an escape route. But yes, for my base, I think this gated community will do perfectly. There's going to be a lot of work that I'm going to have to do here, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Now then, as I clear out the potential base out of zombies, I also like to make sure to, from time to time, grab the bodies and pile them somewhere where I know I won't be visiting too often. If you have gasoline and a lighter or matches available to you, you can set them on fire and dispose of them. But if not, you can just pile them on one place and they will eventually rot away, turn into skeletons and disappear. Now, why am I doing this? This is because if this is going to be my base, I'm going to be hanging around here for a lot of time. So I don't want dead bodies to be around me for extended periods of time, because that can cause your character to be sick, which can inevitably lead to your death. And of course, that's not a good way to go, is it? Getting a base set up and then dying because of corpse sickness. So it's really good to just take those extra minutes and clean out all of the dead bodies from your living quarters so that you avoid the sickness and also the horrible, nasty smell of rotting flesh. Ooh, we got a zombie incoming. Alright, let's have a quick little brawl. Always check behind you to make sure that there's nothing sneaking up from behind you. And now that's that taken care of, let's continue piling up the bodies. Okay, as far as I can tell, that seems to be most of the bodies disposed of. Ooh, let's just take care of these guys. We have these two over here. We don't want them wandering in on us. Let's just add these two to the pile. There we go, that's all that done. And we are getting a little hungry, so why don't we go ahead and get into our backpack and finish off the vegetable roast that we've done at the end of the last episode. Once you finish the food, you will get the item that you used to cook back. So in this case, the roasting pan. So make sure to keep that on you because you can reuse that as many times as you want. So as long as you have food and you've got that item, you can cook as many roasted dishes as you want. Now then, let's actually go ahead and have a look through these bodies. Let's see if they have anything useful. We're gonna read any of the maps that they have. After killing so many zombies, they don't actually have that much useful stuff. Now that's very disappointing. Zombies can spawn with some good stuff on them, so it's a bit sad to see that there was nothing there. Oh well. Maybe next time. Right, now that we've piled the bodies, let's actually go ahead and have a look around our potential base location. We want to scope it out, make sure it's all safe and ready to go. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really liking this house, all of this space. It would be amazing for farming, for setting up all the other little bits that I like to have. So I think this house would be the ideal location for me. Plus we even have like sunbathing chairs. Like who wouldn't want to have some summer sunbathing chairs in their back garden? Prime time of the year as well. Let's just grab this corpse. We'll move it away. We don't want to forget about it and then it catching us off guard with sickness. Plus all this running will increase our, I believe it's stamina that it increases. When you run, you gain a little bit of experience for your stamina. But then again, when you sneak, you gain sneaking experience. So try and do a healthy combination of both. Right then, let's have a look in the garage, see if we have anything in there, and it's locked. Now, the only way you can open this when it's locked is if you have a sledgehammer. Sledgehammers usually spawn around little construction road sites that look something like this. We have obviously not found one yet, so if you do come across one on your travels, definitely grab it and keep it, because even though it's not good for fighting, sledgehammers are very useful in building, modifying, and breaking down massive doors like this, which is especially useful if you're trying to get into a lot of storage units. Now then, let's have a look inside this house. Of course, it's going to be locked, which isn't going to be too much of an issue because we can just use the window. Is that a fish? Why is there a fish? What? Hold on. Why is there a fish fillet and... Whoa. Okay, well that's interesting. Normally you get fish from fishing, but I guess we just kind of happened to spawn with one in the house. Now this is stale, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna still eat that, but the sunfish is still fresh, so I'm gonna quickly throw it into the fridge and maybe we can preserve it for later. Which this place also has. Look at that, this fridge has a bunch of fresh ingredients. Wow, we're gonna be feasting later. That's gonna be amazing. Right, let's keep all of that in there. We'll find use for that later. And we are also gonna unfreeze these two things because we can use those to cook as well. Just setting up a few little bits for later. Of course, as always, let's set up the TV. Life and Living, tune in. We want to make sure to catch that 12 o'clock carpentry program. Let's see what we have here. Some books, some dance magazines, some VHS. Ooh, more magazines, which is pretty good. Okay, some useful stuff there. Anything in here? No, just an empty storage closet. I can hear some doors being bashed on, so there's definitely going to be something around here. Coffee, honey, can of oats, orange soda pop. Okay, this house is not too bad. This will definitely be really nice to modify and set up as our own base. Any medical supplies here? A razor, okay. Plunger, tweezers, rubber duck, sewing kit. That might come in handy later. I'll show you guys how to use that. And a razor. Now, razor, what you can do is you can use it to trim your beard. So if you keep it in your inventory, then you go onto your health tab and you go info, you will have a little, as you can see, hair and beard. If you grow a beard, which your character will do over time, and you have a razor on you, or scissors, or a knife, I believe. A military knife can work as well. Correct me on that if I'm wrong, but you can use those to change your beard style. Or, of course, completely shave it off. Now then, let's go ahead and check the second floor, see if we have anything here. We have any dangers. Okay, we have a gun, right? Just gonna leave that there for now. And we've got a full-on music set here. Okay, a saxophone. 2 saxophones. Nothing better than bashing in a zombie's head and playing them a little nice groovy saxophone solo. Some cloves. Okay. A very nice plant. I like that plant. What else do we have here? Another bathroom with some pretty good supplies. All right. Yeah, we can definitely work with that. And a closet. All right. Yeah. I can work with this. This is good. I can still hear a door being bashed on. Now, I have no idea where that would be, but I suppose we'll find it eventually. Now, let's just wash up. Let's have a drink. Let's refill all of our bottles. We might as well. That bashing is definitely coming from a different house. 100%. Right, but it is 11:50, so let's just put the wash on pause for a second. Let's go ahead and get close to our TV so we can get all the experience from it. When I watch TV, I also like to sit down as well, mainly because it slowly recovers your stamina. Plus, it just looks really cute, you know, your character just sitting, watching TV, having a little downtime while everything else goes to shit because it's a zombie apocalypse. It's nice. It's very aesthetic. Oh, we're so close. Are we gonna level up? No, we're very close, but I guess we're just gonna leave it there. Okay, right now that we've claimed our experience, let's go ahead and finish washing up. And of course, as is our daily ritual, we are gonna do some exercise. Take off the bag, exercise, and let's do some squats for 20 minutes. My in-game character really be living a healthier lifestyle than me for real. Okay, now that that's complete, let's equip back our bag. And as always, rest on the furniture a little bit so that you go ahead and delete this exertion. We don't want to start doing a bunch of things while we're completely out of stamina. Okay, now that our daily tasks are done, let's continue with setting up the base. So, we have this nice little gated community. Obviously, I'm not going to want to take this entire place as my base. I think this one house will do. So what I like to do is I like to plan out what I want to do with this place. And what I can do is I can make a gate here, but the issue with that would be that it would only then leave me one exit. And if I'm trying to escape while, let's say, I'm out of stamina, then getting through these fences, jumping over them would be quite difficult. So what I'm going to plan to do instead is, once I am capable of doing so, I am going to make a massive gate over here, and then I'm going to do another one over here. That way I can enter with the car and leave with the car as I please. Then the car will be safe over here. I can make another gate here, and this will give me kind of like a little square here. I can maybe do something in front of the house here, maybe like a little garden or a little storage mechanic place, and then I can do that garden over here, maybe have some water supplies on this side, grow a few bits there as well. It's nice to plan these things out. It's very useful. So to start off with, we do need to actually fortify this place. Now the one way to fortify windows is to barricade them, but of course for that we need planks. So where do we get planks from? Well, my lovely viewer, I'm going to tell you now. We are going to go into the surrounding houses and we are going to use our holy trinity of carpentry to disassemble whatever we can in order to acquire nails and planks, which we are then going to use to barricade our main house, aka to fortify our base. Now then, we haven't explored these houses, so we do want to be quite careful. Ooh, a pot of stew and a bunch of food, and of course it's rotten. That is stale, that's rotten. Well, never mind. What is that? What is this? Is it the salad bowl? It is. Why does it look like that? What in the mamma mia is going on here? Okay, well, this is above my pay grade. Baking pan, rolling pin, corned beef. A lot of good stuff here, and a bunch of really good stuff over here as well. But that is not why we are here. We are here to disassemble furniture. So, the kind of stuff that you can disassemble is usually chairs, tables, doors as well. Doors are pretty good. And in order to disassemble them, all you have to do is click, disassemble, and door. Your character will do the rest for you. He will equip the necessary tools. In this case, that would be a hammer and a screwdriver. And then he'll whack it a few times and poof, there we go. So you won't always be able to get a lot of useful materials because we are really low in carpentry for now, but you are able to get scrap wood. Now, scrap wood is actually useful in its own way, especially if you want to cook things with barbecues. You can use scrap wood as fuel. Let's just disassemble this in the meantime. But what you can also use scrap wood for is in fireplaces. If you manage to get yourself a house with a fireplace, or you manage to find one of the portable fireplaces that are very rare, you can burn scrap wood for heat in the fireplaces. This is very useful in winter when a lot of the temperatures go down and you are prone to freezing, which obviously it's not going to happen anywhere soon, but it does eventually happen. Seasons do change and you do go through winter, which is a whole different challenge to play with. So yeah, if you are struggling with cold, just know that you can use scrap wood for a heat source, as a heat source to burn for heat. Ooh, we're getting a bit hungry. Right, we do need to gain weight still. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat an entire box of cereal, which might sound excessive, but like, I got practice with that in real life, so it's not too bad. There we go. We're stuffed. Right, let's see what we actually have. So we've got some planks. Let's take that. Got some nails. Let's take those as well. We're gonna leave this scrap wood here. I'm not too fussed about that right now. All I'm interested in is some planks and some nails. Now, am I gonna be able to disassemble this? No, I'm not gonna be able to disassemble this while there's stuff on here, so I'm gonna have to take all of the stuff off first. Okay, let's put it all down here where it won't be in the way. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep the spoon for something that I'm gonna show you a little later. It's a cool little something that I've noticed that just shows the detail of Project Zomboid. Now, let's disassemble this table. And we've also leveled our carpentry up. Good. If you do happen to be trying to power level your carpentry, what you want to do is you want to get yourself a carpentry book which correlates to your current level, read through it, and then go and disassemble as many beds as you can find. So if you can find yourself a hotel or a motel which has a lot of beds, then you will be set, because disassembling beds gives you the most carpentry experience. So it is a really good way to power level your carpentry from whatever level you are to almost the maximum, if you can find the beds, that is. Which, as I said before, just look in a hotel or a motel. Not too difficult. Ooh, here we go. Let's just assemble this bed and let's actually see how much experience we're going to get from this. So we're at 47.5, and without any books, by disassembling the bed, we go all the way to 67.5. So imagine that with a multiplier, because you've read a book, and doing that constantly. That will level you up so well. Okay, so our backpack is full. We can't take any more planks. That's alright, we're just gonna disassemble whatever else we can, and then we can come back for the planks and the nails later. If you're unable to disassemble something, for example, this fancy white wardrobe, if I wasn't able to disassemble it, it would very likely be because there's items in it. So if you're struggling with that, then make sure that there's nothing within the actual item that you're trying to disassemble. And if there is, just remove it and you should be fine. Ooh, we got some more instruments, and we do have some winter clothes. That's really good. This would be really useful in the next few months if I was planning on playing that long. Okay, nice. Let's start transporting all of our planks into our actual main base. Ooh, we got a zombie here. Okay, hello. Sir, can I interest you in some free chiropractic? Make sure to refer me to all of your friends. Okay, let's just drop all of our things down here. Oh, I've also managed to pick up a baseball bat, which if you do find a baseball bat and you're trying to get yourself a really good weapon, what you can do is get yourself some nails, a baseball bat, then you go into your crafting menu, you go into carpentry, and you can build yourself a spiked baseball bat, which will do a lot more damage, and it's pretty good weapon. Let's put the nails back down. Let's put the baseball bat in here just so it doesn't weigh us down needlessly. Let's put the roasting pan in here for now as well. We're gonna have some chocolate just because it increases happiness, and let's go collect a few more of the items. And while we're in this house as well, let's just change it to life and living. Let's tune in and we can watch the survival program. I believe it is at 6 p.m. Yeah, survival. If I remember correctly, this program can be one of 4 things. It would either be farming, fishing, trapping, or foraging, and this one's fishing. Good, so we can can get a little bit more of the fishing experience. Good, and it's also decreasing our boredom. We definitely want that. Right, let's collect the rest of the planks that we've left around the house. I know there's gonna be some up here. Some nails. Ooh, a bandage. We'll grab that. While looting, you can sometimes see little things on the actual counters, and it's the exact same with the kitchen. So while you're going through the cupboards every so often, also check the floor icon down here, because that will show you all of the items which are technically on the floor around you, which these items over here count as those items under this category. And you can find some pretty useful items sometimes using this way. For example, here I've just picked up a bandage. There's a toothbrush, as you can see, and there was a bandage next to it, so I quickly picked it up. So definitely keep an eye out on that. Now, we have all of the planks, but before we go, we are going to grab one more thing from this house. We are going to go ahead and we are going to grab some of these curtains. Now, why are we grabbing the curtains? Well, this is because we are going to be able to use these to create some really good and useful escape routes. And I'm going to show you how to make them in just a second. I believe that's... okay, there's one more. Right, let's grab this one more. And I believe we're good. Okay, so then if we go back to our base now, and we just take care of this guy. And we've got so many more! Where did you come from? Okay, so, right. When fighting multiple zombies like this, you want to make sure you time your hits so that most of your hits are gonna hit multiple targets. Obviously, don't leave it till too late, because you don't want to get bit, but the best way to fight is to hit multiple targets at once. I have no idea where all of these zombies came from, but god damn it, it definitely caught me off guard. There's a few more. It must have been a group that migrated or something. Just take you down, and let's take care of this guy as well. We don't want to leave him hanging around. Come on, buddy, come on, this way. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We are slightly heavy on carrying capacity, so we are gonna go ahead and just put these things down here. All of the planks on the floor, put all of the nails down. Let's just put some of the extra little things that I found that I don't need on me just into the car for now. And keeping on with the theme of cleanliness, let's just dispose of some of these corpses. Also, after disassembling, you will see that a lot of your tools are back in your main inventory. You want to make sure to move them over into your backpack. There's no point in keeping them there because they will just weigh you down more, whereas when they're in your backpack, they will have the reduced weight applied to them because they are not in your main inventory. Ooh, we got a zombie coming out of nowhere. Okay. Just gonna take care of you. Damn, they always just appear out of nowhere. They love doing that. So strange. Now then, all of the bodies are cleared up. Let's start fortifying the base with the resources that we've got. So it's quite simple, really. You just want to grab yourself the nails. You want to grab yourself the planks, which you can carry. And all you have to do in order to barricade is you can go ahead and right-click and barricade. Now, you can barricade from either the outside or the inside. There is no difference. The only difference is that if it's from the outside, the zombies will attack the barricade first. So it's pretty good if you want to protect your windows, because if it's from the inside, the zombies will try and knock the window down first before going for the actual barricade. I personally like the look of it being barricaded from the outside, so that's what I'm gonna do. I do know that it also has some implications on multiplayer, but I haven't played multiplayer as much enough to know what those implications are. So for that information source, I'm just gonna have to probably double check post edit to see if there is any difference for it on multiplayer. Now, when barricading, you can do it up to 4 times. The more you do it, the stronger the barricade will become, but the more you do it, the more resources you'll require. So for example, every single time I barricade, I need a plank and some nails. So there we go. that's our window barricaded. So if I just check how much nails we actually have left, we have 3 nails left, so we're not going to be able to barricade much more. But if I remember correctly, if I look on my map, while exploring some of these earlier locations, we have found some boxes of nails. This is why I note down a lot of the things that I find, because they are going to be very useful later on, such as now. So if I ever go around this place or this place again, I know that there's going to be something that I need there. Now, we are going to be running out of planks as well. So if you do need more planks, a very good source of them would be obviously a lumber warehouse, which that will very likely have more wood than you will ever need in your entire game. But of course, we don't have access to that. So the next best thing is restaurants. So you would want to make your way down to these retail and commercial areas, find restaurants that have a lot of tables and chairs, alternatively motels and hotels as well because of the beds, and you want to disassemble everything in there. That will give you a lot of nails and a lot of wood planks to barricade all of the windows on your base. Now then, we are getting tired. So, before we finish off, I am going to show you what I was going to do with all of these curtains and sheets that we got. Let's just get on the inside. I can see that my character has drank a lot of water, so we're just gonna fill that up and drink. Now, let's say your base is being swarmed with a horde of zombies. You run upstairs, but now you're kind of just stuck here without any escape route. This is where you're going to be able to make something really useful called a sheet rope. If I just open this window, I don't want to jump out of it because obviously I'm going to fall and I'm going to hurt my legs, possibly break them. So what I can do is I can go into my crafting, general, sheet rope, and then all you have to do with that is go to the window. And I forgot my nails downstairs. Right, you are going to need nails for this, so make sure you have nails. Let's just grab the nails. So as you can see, you are going to need multiple ones because 1 sheet rope required per level. So in this case, I believe we would need 2. So you just right click the window and you add escape rope. There you go. So now when you jump out, you can go ahead and slide down just like that. And guess what? It works both ways. You can close the window, and now you have an escape route in case you're stranded because of the bottom level being filled with zombies. You can make a quick getaway. And one more thing before I go, because I said I would show you a little cool thingy with the spoon. If you put it into your main inventory and then you go ahead and eat something. Oh, aha, never mind. So what is supposed to happen if you eat out of a can, I believe, is that your character will actually use the spoon in order to eat instead of using his hand, which I think that's quite a nice little detail. Right, hold on, I want to try this before we end now, because a nice little detail like that in the animation change I think is quite impressive. So if I have peaches here, if I open these, and now if I eat them, which I can't even do because I'm too full. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to save that for the next episode. Alright guys, if you've enjoyed this video or you've learned anything new, make sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see more of this series or would like to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any corrections for me or tips and tricks of your own that you would like me and the rest of us to know, then make sure to leave them down in the comments below. So again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Check me out. Oh!